from the Diaz of high school in Caserta, which is in Campania, region of Italy. Our school is a scientific school, so we put the focus on scientific subjects like mathematics, physics, and biology and chemistry. We have different courses, so we have international courses and also a specific course to study informatics. Yeah. Also, it's one of the oldest schools in our province. In fact, only 2 years ago, it made 100 years. Its first location was in the Royal Palace of Caserta, which is one of the biggest and one of the most famous royal palaces of the whole world. But in 1956, it was moved and into its current location.
The history of our royal palace. So, as you can see, the shape of it was designed by Luigi Vanvitelli, commissioned by Charles IV, the King of Naples. And as you can see, the shape is a violin. If you see with the snow on it, it's a violin. So I'm proceeding to. When he was crowned, when Charles the Bourbon was crowned, everybody could see that he was an enlightened king. He really believed in those principles, and when he commissioned to Luigi Vanvitelli this masterpiece, it really was a masterpiece. We're bringing you through some of the rooms of it. We have the stairs of honors, and there's a little thing you may not know. The space between each step of the stairs was really small due to the fact that Luigi Vanvitelli thought that horses stables should be up, so the stink did not affect the life of the royals. Therefore, this thin space between each steps allowed horses to walk up the stairs, therefore having them on the stable on the roof of the royal palace. We have another room. This is the throne room. Usually it's displayed either with a red or a blue throne. And all the silk inside of the royal palace is made in Caserta, actually in Liceo, where we have a silk factory. We're going to present the silk factory a bit later, and now I'm passing my word to Anna-Rita.
Okay, so in the royal palace we also have the path of water that in Italian is called the Via d'Acqua. It consists of 6 fountains that go from the Fontana Margherita to the Torrione Ponteviano. And they all basically represent the refinement and the elegance of what Luigi Vanvitelli wanted to show us. And also it aligns with the European mentions of that time. Between each fountain, we also have some lawns that prevent the visual overlap between the basins of the garden and the sculptures. In fact, around the path of water, we also have some sculptures made by Tommaso Solari and Andrea Violini that basically created the idea of Luigi Vanvitelli that was made up in design with Miracle.
So as I was saying, next is Antonio.
Okay, I'm going to tell you about the Carolino Aqueduct. The Carolino Aqueduct is one of the most imposing hydraulic engineering works built in the 18th century. It was commissioned by Charles of Bourbon, the King of Naples, and it was entrusted to the renowned architect Luigi Vanvitelli. Its aim was to supply water to the royal palace, its spectacular fountains, its gardens, but also to the industrial complex of San Leccio. About this aqueduct, we can see that it follows the Roman tradition. In fact, Luigi Vanvitelli was inspired from the ancient Roman works for this aqueduct. The aqueduct approximately extends for 38 kilometers and collects water from the springs of the Mount Abruzzo near Irola in the province of Benevento.
So, why this aqueduct was important? This was important because it was commissioned to Luigi Vanvitelli from Ferdinand IV, yes, always important, a new establishment on the upper part of the royal palace. This was San Lucio, and in that location there was a really famous silk factory that actually closed some years prior to this day. Yes, it really closed recently, and its silks are really known in the entire world because they're really prestigious silks. Why that? How do they create those intricate works of silk? Because, as Antonio was saying, Luigi Vanvitelli had this amazing idea to create a canal that could transfer the water from the royal palace up to the San Lucio Belvedere, where silk factories were. Around the silk factories, there were built houses where workers of the factories lived, and nowadays you can still buy some of the houses. You can also buy some of the residences of the old people living and working for the royal palace and the royal family. Another important project that Luigi Vanvitelli designed was
the navigable canal. This was the most ambitious project that Luigi Vanvitelli had, but it was never brought to an end. They only started to work on it. So it should have been a navigable canal that connected Caserta to the Gulf of Naples, so directly to the sea, to make more easy to transport the merchant people. They started to work on it because they built a really large road, the Viale Carlo Terzo, that connects the royal palace of Caserta to Maddaloni, and it was supposed to be used to bring boats from the royal palace to the Gulf of Naples, where they could fit in the canal to then be moved into the sea.
Thank you.